Hey guys, Vivacity here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Sims 4 Get to Work. So, Thea is currently off to go to work today, and she's actually not in the best mood, but I literally just started up the game and it said to send her off, so that is what's going on right now. Aubrey also has work today in an hour, I think? Yeah, an hour, so hopefully she'll have enough time to eat. I think those are eggs. And Emma is just sleeping until... Actually, she doesn't have school or anything today. It's a Saturday. Ooh. Do I want to stay home with Emma or go to school with Aubrey? I'm gonna stay home with Emma. Because Aubrey, obviously she needs her performance up quite a bit to get a promotion, but she already solved the 2 cases necessary to do that, so I'll let her go on her own. And today we will go to the art gallery, probably for most of the day, and then I do want her to hang out with her friends, but I also kind of want Aubrey to get married today or tomorrow. I don't know. She's not working tomorrow. Okay, so we'll get married tomorrow, like morning. So we're gonna do the art gallery today and then probably hang out with some of Emma's friends, because she doesn't really have any friends, or she doesn't have many. And also I thought we had a guy that we were interested in. We're gonna send her alone. We have the tiniest little bit, not even a romantic relationship, but a romantic bar with Ollie, and then there was another guy I wanted to get her with. Why can't I see? Is he gone? Maybe he disappeared. That sucks. I mean, we can always try to get her again with her her best friend Cade. So we'll do that maybe. But she's gonna eat, and then she's in need of some social, so we'll invite Cade to go to the art gallery with us and talk to him while we kind of do the gallery at the same time. We don't super need the money like we did, but it's always gonna be good to have some in the bank so we can start upgrading. And I believe I said in the last part that I was gonna go ahead and decorate some parts up here before this part, and I completely forgot and did not. So actually, it's just gonna be a second for you guys, but I'm gonna quickly do some of that off camera now. Alright guys, so I actually didn't get to do too much because the bathroom was a bit more expensive than I originally anticipated. I pretty much just copied everything from the bathroom down here. Well, not everything, but the main things like the shower, the sink, the toilet, and then the mirror and some of the towels. And I copied them up here and then just made them black to kind of make this black and red theme. And actually, I'm going to see if I can go ahead and change. No, it doesn't have a swatch color. That's fine. So Emma now has her own fully functioning bathroom up here, which is going to be super awesome and helpful. So that's good. Next thing I definitely want to do is try to add to her room a bit more. It's very bland and basic and not having too much going on. So we'll try to do that. This room, just saving it. Aubrey's probably going to have a child very soon. I definitely see us trying to get her pregnant after she gets married, which is like tomorrow. So that room will hopefully soon be filled. Oh, and also, we had one career reward from Aubrey, and I sold it. It was a chair. It was kind of odd. And then we had this one for Thea, which is a, like, medical degree. It was pretty cool, so I hung it up. But now we only have 66 simoleons, so now we definitely... Oh, we have some money left over from the retail store I didn't even know about. So I'm going to transfer 1-7. Alright, so here we are at the store. Looks like we're in the middle of one back there, so I'm going to go have her finish it. Oh, but actually, no, first. Okay, no, never mind. We don't have any paintings at all in here, and we don't have any prepared. So I'm going to go have her paint this one, and after she finishes it, we'll open the store so that people can look at maybe buying that one while we paint more and do all of that. So we're going to bring this over here and set it for sale, and it's actually really beautiful. It's from Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It's really pretty. I don't want to sell it, but we're going to. Let's go ahead and do a confident painting. Also, do we have any advertising going on right now? We do. I don't remember what we bought. But we have some kind of advertising that's still in effect, I guess. Hopefully people start coming here soon. Can I invite people to come hang out? Yeah, invite to hang out at Current Lot. And not Thea, she's working, but let's do that and try to get these people here. Even if they're busy, I don't really care. Let's just get people here, so hopefully we can get people to come buy stuff. And hopefully this gets them to come actually in the store and not just like around. I know some people are already around, but... Okay. Awesome. So Ollie is here, so we're gonna go talk to him because we are in desperate need of social right now. We're feeling very lonely. So we're gonna come over here and talk to him and then maybe try to flirt with him a bit. We do that painting in there. Hopefully somebody goes up and wants to buy it, but we're not gonna worry about it too much right now. Because again, we don't really need the money right now, so while the art gallery is super awesome for that, and I definitely want to keep it going, especially since it's Emma's dream, I'm not gonna be as on top of making sure I sell everything for right now. So we've learned that Ollie's materialistic, which isn't awesome, but you know, it's not terrible. Oh, that's a really cute intro. I really do like her makeover. I'm glad we went back to blonde. I really did like the kind of dark maroon color, but I think the blonde suits her best. So let's just go ahead and do a bunch more friendly interactions, and then we'll check to see how the store is doing. There's no one in here, which is not a good sign. Maybe if we go here together, maybe we can get him to buy it. It's really weird I wonder if no one's coming in because we're not in there. That seems kind of strange. But oh well. And eventually we will upgrade the store. I'm just not worried about it looking super awesome because it does its function. And it's also an art gallery, so if it's super huge, then we would have to, you know, make paintings to sell throughout it, and we would never be able to keep up with the demand for that because it's just Emma painting, it's no one else. So Cade, why don't you come inside? Can we call him over? No. Well, this is really odd that no one's here. I don't feel like I've ever had this happen to me before where literally no one comes in. Okay, so now that we're getting pretty friendly with him, let's go ahead and try to flirt. So we'll do a pickup line and then an old-fashioned flirt. Looks like it's going pretty well, so that's good. He seems to like us. Just cannot get a hold of my camera today, but anyway, we will give him a sexy pose and ask him if he's single. That's important. And then let's compliment his appearance. He is single. Awesome. We will reveal our crush. Hopefully it's not too soon for that. Okay, awesome. Now let's kiss his hands. Cool. Offer him a rose. And compliment his appearance again. And then let's try to have a first kiss. She's definitely not having any social problems right now. Awesome. So now she's had her first kiss, which actually that was her first kiss ever, and she's about to be a teenager. Did I change the lifespan? I can't remember. I think I did. I did. I changed it back to normal. Okay, that's good, because we've been playing this for, what, almost 30 parts now? Like 26, 7, something like that, and they're all still the same life stages as when we started, so I feel like now that we've kind of got ourselves in a good place, I want to start having them age up soon and get on with their lives. Like how Aubrey is kind of rushing into rushing into this marriage, which may or may not be a good thing, and I want Emma to age up soon. That's also why I changed the thing back down to normal, because she's going to be an adult in 2 days. And who knows what's going to happen when she's an adult. She definitely still wants to stay at the art gallery. She doesn't want a traditional job. She doesn't even really want a traditional painter job. She doesn't want anybody to be in charge of her. She likes being in charge of herself. And she'll be able to come here a lot more because she won't have to go to school. And that means she'll be making more money, which means she can upgrade it and, you know, and do whatever with it that she likes. I also, something that I'd really like to do, I know I said I don't want it to be huge, and I definitely don't, but I would really love if we could have, I never opened the store. That's why no one's here. Wow, okay. Now the store's open. I'm stupid, but how many of you were yelling at me for that? But darn it, I could have sworn I clicked open. But anyway, something I'd really like to have for the gallery is a little place, maybe upstairs or off to the side. I just realized there's no windows. Oh, that's weird. But I would really love to have a place where our Sims can take care of their needs. Not necessarily a place for the customers, but rather, who would I want her to socialize with? Why don't you talk to your dad for a bit, I guess? You never really do, so there's that. But I want there to be a space, I feel like I've been trying to say this for a while, where Emma or whoever's working can take care of themselves if they're here. Like, instead of just a bathroom that anyone can use, a place where, you know, they can sleep, they can make themselves some food, that kind of thing. So that would be nice. And now that we finally have that locking door feature that we didn't have when I first started playing around with the retail business, we can make it so that none of the customers can go back there and, you know, sleep in the bed and just start eating food instead of sitting out here and focusing on trying to buy our paintings. So that'll be good. Maybe that's something we can add to that. Looks like this little girl is getting up pretty good on her own, actually. Up to the gallery. Looks like we're making the same painting again, which is fine because it's really nice. So let's go ahead and set it for sale. And I'm not really going to talk to them. Oh, let's do a flirty painting. I'm just going to focus on getting a bunch of paintings done. I'm having Thea socialize with Christopher while we're over here because I feel like they haven't really gotten together in a while. I've been really focused on Aubrey and her boyfriend. So I do want them to build their relationship, and after we get the wedding over with, I will focus a bit more on that. Because they're definitely pretty special for each other, especially the way that he just like completely fully accepted the fact that she's an alien, which she still hasn't told anyone else. And it's definitely getting to the point where she needs to tell Aubrey. It's been too long. She's kept it to herself and just kind of pretended that it wasn't happening, or that, you know, she wasn't actually an alien. She was just living like a normal sim, basically, and that's not who she is. She's not normal. She's an alien. And I think something I'd love to do, and I'd love to do soon, is, well, obviously not soon because it'll take a long time, but I want her to try and go back to Sixum, which, if you don't know, Sixum is the alien world that came with The Sims 4 Get to Work. And no, it's not an actual whole world. It's a hidden like lot, kind of like Sylvan Glade in Willow Creek, if you know that one. And you can only get to it by leveling up completely in the rocket skill, the rocket science skill, and like upgrading your ship somehow and going to space, or by being in the science career. And I've done it before where I've been in the science career, but I definitely want Thea to stay in the doctor career. I don't want her to switch careers because I really like her being in the doctor career and I like how far she's gotten. So she's going to stay in that, and she's going to start building a rocket in the backyard. And she can't just start building a rocket in the backyard, you know. She has to tell Aubrey what's going on. And actually, after we sell this painting, I'm going to go ahead and close the store. And we're going to have Thea sit down with Aubrey, and she's going to have to tell her what's going on. because you can't just start building a rocket in the backyard and not tell the person who you're living with why exactly you're doing that. Alright guys, so I am actually pretty frustrated right now because I just figured out that for the last 5 or 7 minutes or so, I thought I was recording and my mic was not plugged in. So that's wonderful. We just missed a very heartwarming moment between Aubrey and Thea. She was out here working on her rocket ship to go back to Planet Sixum. Aubrey heard the noise and came out here and confronted her about it. You know, why are you out here at, it was 11 o'clock at night then. Why are you out here at 11 banging on this thing and waking me up? And Thea said, this is something that's really important to me. I need to do this, and this is why. And she took her inside and took off her disguise and told her about how she's an alien. And while Aubrey was very accepting, she had the xenophilia moodlet and not the phobic one, so she was perfectly okay with it. She was a little upset she hadn't told her before, but she was perfectly fine. She's like, okay, you're an alien, that's weird, but that's okay. And obviously Thea is a bit embarrassed because it's the first time that Aubrey's ever seen her like that. And after Aubrey went back to bed, she came out here and just started working again. So I was going to go ahead and do the wedding in this part, but I think we're actually dragging a bit on towards the 20-25 minute mark, which is where I like to end my videos. So we're going to do that in the next part. First thing, it'll be the morning of Sunday, and we'll go ahead and throw the wedding in the morning. It'll be kind of a morning to afternoon affair, and we will do that. And I also want to make sure I try to invite Kaysen somehow. I don't know if Aubrey knows him, but I would like for him to come so that Thea and Kaysen can get together more. And okay, she does know Kaysen, awesome, because they're co-workers, great. So hopefully he'll come so that they can interact more and get to know each other better, because their relationship's kind of been going down, not because of anything that they've really done to each other or whatever, but they've just kind of been drifting apart lately and not spending that much time together. So I would really love them to reconnect and build their relationship more. So that's the game plan so far for next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment down below what you're thinking about this part and next part. And actually, it might be a bit early, but I just had, we just had a baby in the Sims 3 Generations Let's Play I have going on, and it made me realize that I did not ask you guys for any baby names when we had the baby, so I had to pick. So we are probably going to be having a child very soon after the wedding, which is in next part. So I want you guys to go ahead and start leaving baby names on this part and on the next few parts of The Sims 4 Get to Work, so that I will have them ready when we do have a baby. I will learn from my mistake. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to leave your comments down below and give a like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more, and I will see you guys next time.